Hey guys, this is my submission for TCO13, or was my submission for TCO13. On the wheel, when we spin the wheel, I chose the Financial Force, Smartsheet, and Google APIs. I decided to drop Financial Force and just use Smartsheet and Google. My idea for an app was to create a Smartsheet visualizer which would take your data from Smartsheet and show it in some visual way. I used Google Graph API for that and D3GS library to create graphs. And now let me just show you quickly what my app does. First, you have to sign in, but because we already signed in Google and in Smartsheet, and we already allowed access, we're gonna go straight into the app, and we see that's our profile, that's our Google Plus account basically, and we have some Smartsheets here. Let me just show you some data on the Smartsheets. I have to bring that up here. So we have like an average age, and we have TCO sheet with a bunch of other data, and we have a lot of data sheet with just random data also. So let's go back and let me show you. For example, we chose the average data Smartsheet, and we get charts for that particular sheet. The cool thing is that we get different charts for graphs. I mean, I'm detecting how many columns there are in the sheet, and then I'm displaying which options of graphing tools are available based on that data. So if you choose a lot of data which has much more than 2 columns, we can see that the graphs are actually different. We see there's no pie chart anymore, but there is area and bubble chart, because those graphs need more than 2 columns, but pie charts can only have 2 columns data. So that's it. And if we would change something in Smartsheet, it will of course be reflected here. So now we can just choose area chart, and we can see this graph here, which is pretty cool. Also, we have, for example, let me just show you a few charts. We have, that was a Google graph. Also, we have D3GS graphs, which are custom. So, for example, this pie chart for average age would look like that. And that's mostly it. Although there are some cool features. For example, you can create a graph and then you can publish it. You will get a link, and and we'll see that graph is on that link. Sorry, maybe that's not reflected, but let me show you. So this is the link, and this is the graph on the link. So that would be it. The other cool thing is it also resizes dynamically. So if you stretch the window out or do anything with it, we can see that the graph is responding to our, so it's responsive. It will work on mobile and stuff. So if we go back to the app, there's one thing left, is we have a profile, and here are past sheets that we had. There's a small bug here, but there's a sheets that we already published. They are stored in our profile, and we can also delete them if we don't want people to use them anymore. So we can see we have some bubble charts and stuff like that. So this tool would be very useful for like presentations, when you want to pre-generate some Smartsheet data, or like where you can even share it on Twitter, stuff like that. So also, if we generate a graph, the data is from the Smartsheet, but when we publish it, the data is stored in our database, so we can delete or anything on Smartsheet, and this ID, graph with this ID and the link will stay here until we delete it in our profile. So that was my submission for TCO13. Thank you guys for listening, and bye.